The popular modern image of hell, a place of eternal, fiery torment ruled by Satan, where the wicked are punished forever, is a powerful and terrifying concept for many Christians. It is a core doctrine, however. This fully formed picture of hell is not found in the Old Testament and develops only gradually. Through the New Testament and in later Christian tradition, the biblical concept of the afterlife, and specifically of punishment after death, evolved significantly over time in the vast majority of the Old Testament. The concept of hell as a place of punishment simply does not exist. The ancient Hebrew understanding of the afterlife was a place called Sheol. Sheol was not a place of reward or punishment. It was a shadowy, silent, subterranean world, a land of dust, to which all the dead, righteous and wicked alike went. It was seen as a diminished, grim existence, a state of separation from the land of the living and from God. There was no fire, no demons, no eternal torment. It was simply the grave, the end point for everyone. The idea of a fiery place of judgment began to develop in the intertestamental period, the centuries between the Old and New Testaments. During this time, Jewish thought was influenced by ideas from other cultures, including the Greek concept of Hades, a more complex underworld, and the dualistic ideas of Zoroastrianism, which posited a final judgment with rewards for the good and punishment for the wicked. Jewish apocalyptic writings from this period, like the Book of Enoch, began to describe different compartments in the afterlife, with some designated for the punishment of sinners. When we get to the New Testament, we see these ideas developing further. Jesus frequently speaks of judgment and uses a specific, powerful metaphor to describe the fate of the wicked. Gehenna. This was not a mythical, spiritual place. Gehenna was the name of a real, physical valley outside of Jerusalem, the Valley of Hinnom. In Jesus' time, it was effectively the city's garbage dump, a place where refuse, animal carcasses, and the corpses of executed criminals were thrown. Fires were kept constantly burning there to consume the waste, creating a foul, smoky, and seemingly endless inferno. When Jesus warned of the fires of Gehenna, his audience would have immediately understood the image, a place of filth, corruption, and final, ignominious destruction. He was using a powerful local metaphor for the ultimate consequence of a wasted and righteous life. It was only later, through the visions in the book of Revelation, with its lake of fire, and the theological writings of early church fathers like Tertullian and Augustine, and later cemented in the popular imagination by literary works like Dante's Inferno, that these various concepts, Sheol, Hades, Gehenna, and the lake of fire, were all blended together to create the single, coherent doctrine of an eternal, conscious torment that we know as hell today. It was not an invention out of thin air, but an evolution of ideas over more than 1,000 years.